All right, what's going on, guys? Still Twins back at you with yet another mock draft.
Absolutely, man. Let's just get right into it. Steelers trade Antonio Brown. Another Antonio Brown trade. Steelers trade Antonio Brown to the San Francisco 49ers for the 36th overall pick, which is the second round pick, and a 2020 first round pick. Now, a few things. One, there have been rumors that Antonio Brown is apparently only worth a second round pick. If that's the case, I'm going with a very early second round pick.
Exactly.
Obviously, Antonio Brown has expressed interest in joining the Niners. I'm sure the Niners would express mutual interest as well. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Since they need a receiver.
Right, of course. Now, I don't understand how people say he's only worth a second round pick. That's why I think that we should definitely try to get next year, San Francisco's first round pick for next year. I mean, this is Antonio fucking Brown. You know, you guys may say, you know, he's 30 years old, he's aging, he brings a lot of drama. That's why he's only worth a second round pick. Dude, Amari Cooper was worth a fucking first round pick. Golden Tate was worth a third round pick. We got a third round pick from Martavis Bryant. Antonio Brown's only worth a second round pick. I'm sorry, but I think all those guys are completely and incredibly inferior compared to Antonio Brown.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yes, he's 30 years old. Yes, he brings a lot of drama. But damn it, he is one of the most consistent wide receivers, if not one of the most consistent players in this entire fucking league. He has never had a full number 2 receiver, and he was putting up MVP fucking numbers. Emmanuel Sanders, Mike Wallace, Martavis Bryant, Marcus Wheaton, Sammy Coates, those aren't number 2s. And he put up incredible numbers. And this year, yes, he did have a number 2 in Juju Smith-Schuster, but he still set career highs in touchdowns with what, 15?
15 receiving touchdowns.
He had over 100 receptions. He had over 1,000 receiving yards. Still, he had another Pro Bowl. He's still incredibly consistent. Yes, all that may be due because, yes, he had Ben Roethlisberger as his quarterback, but if you put him with someone like a Jimmy Garoppolo, who's young, fresh, hungry, and has yet to even scratch the surface of a full NFL season, or a number 1 receiver completely, I think he'll still put up incredible numbers. I think he'll still be a very consistent receiver. I think he'll be a damn good playmaker for the 49ers and another great dynamic receiver. I think he could still be one of the best receivers in this entire league.
I definitely feel so. I'm pretty sure you guys say, oh, if you're saying all this stuff about Antonio Brown, if you're giving him praise on the field, then why are you trade? Because the drama's fucking ridiculous.
Yes, and it has cost us nothing.
It's won us nothing. The way I see it, drama never wins championships.
And the way I see it, defense wins championships. And that's why we need to trade Antonio Brown while his value is still very high to fix his fucking defense.
Exactly. Simple.
And I'm sure the 49ers would love to have him, especially with someone who's, like I said, young, fresh, and hungry, and someone who's barely scratched the surface of an NFL season than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Who really has yet to reach his peak in his NFL career.
Which is scary to think about. And you put him with someone like Antonio Brown, who's still incredibly consistent. I'm sorry, he's worth so much more than just a second-round pick. So you know what? Yeah, we'll cater to your second-round pick, but we need to get the 2020 first-round pick from San Francisco if that is the fucking case.
The way I see it, because I do think his drama does play a factor in this trade. And I do not think San Francisco is going to be willing to give up the 3rd overall pick.
No.
Second round pick,
I think they should, because that would be completely idiotic.
Exactly. Second round pick, I am certain. And next year's first, I'm sure as well. Because they're not getting rid of that 3rd overall pick.
I think that's fair because he is still incredibly consistent for his age and for what he brings to the table.
Exactly. And like you said, Amari Cooper's worth a first. That was it.
Amari fucking Cooper, who wasn't doing shit in Oakland.
Exactly.
Who was doing literally nothing. He barely had, what, 300 yards by the time he was traded? Granted, you know, Derek Carr sucks. The Raiders fucking suck, but still. A first-round pick from Amari Cooper who barely had, what, 300 yards when he was traded at the time? Yes, he has done incredible for the Cowboys, yes, but you compare him to what he did before he was traded, how the fuck is that worth a first-round pick? You have Antonio Brown, who is, yes, 30, who, yes, brings a lot of drama to the table, but is still incredibly consistent and could arguably be still considered the best receiver in the fucking league.
Exactly.
Was that all due to Ben? Yes, but like I said, you put him with someone like Jimmy Garoppolo, he'll still produce. He is worth so much more than a second-round pick.
So why not get next year's first?
If that's the case. I'm fine with getting a second-round pick on Antonio Brown, but either give us next year's first or give us a fucking high player. You want to take him to the Broncos? I heard the Broncos are incredibly interested and they want to give us a second-round pick. Fine. Give us Von Miller. The Cardinals, give us a second-round pick. Give us Patrick Peterson. Jets, give us a second-round pick. Give us Darren Lee or Jamal Adams. We'll throw in a fucking pick or a player if you want to as well. Just because Jamal Adams is a monster.
Lions, let's swap receivers. Give us Kenny Golladay.
Why not?
Give us a first round in Kenny Golladay. You guys can have Antonio Brown. Or a second round pick in Kenny Golladay. I'm fine with that.
Or we'll even give you your third since Kenny Golladay is a monster. One of the most up and rising receivers, honestly.
Exactly.
That's how I see it.
Antonio Brown is worth either a high pick or a top-notch player. He is.
I don't understand how he's only worth a second-round pick or why he's so worth much less than what Amari Cooper was worth or something so close to what Martavis Bryant was worth. Martavis Bryant had the worst season of his fucking career.
He didn't get one touchdown. Not one.
He was worth a third-round pick. Oakland, I don't know what the fuck's up with Oakland, but if we can get a third-round pick out of Martavis Bryant, how the hell can we only get a second-round pick, which is so close to what Martavis Bryant was worth? You compare the two, Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant. Are you fucking kidding me?
Seriously, come on. Antonio Brown is so much worth than a second-round pick.
If you compare that, Antonio Brown is worth not only this year, but next year's entire fucking draft class if you want to compare him to Martavis Bryant. Antonio Brown's value is so much more than just a second-round pick.
Exactly.
We'll cater to the second-round pick, but give us something else. Give us a first-round pick. Give us a big player, a big-name player, or an impact player, immediate impact player.
An up-and-rising player, someone.
Yes, someone who will be an immediate impact to this defense.
To his team overall.
Yes, seriously. With the 20th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Mack Wilson, inside linebacker, Alabama. We need to fix inside linebacker, seriously. I like Bostic. I like Williams. They are good run stuffers. They're decent in the pass rush. They're not too bad of a tacklers. Mack Wilson, though, he does bring a lot of coverage to that inside linebacker position, and he does bring a lot of sideline speed that we obviously need, and unfortunately haven't had since Shazier was out.
Exactly. A guy that can easily cover up the middle, a guy that can cover those tight ends, cover those wide receivers if need be. He has that sideline speed, great coverage ability, great tackling ability, consistent tackling ability. A guy that can easily fill the void at inside linebacker.
Someone who can make an immediate impact to this team, seriously.
If he's their number 20, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yes.
Easily.
I agree. Now, I noticed that, what team was it against? Was it against fucking... It was the team that Alabama faced to get into the... Oh, was Alabama in the championship?
Yes.
Okay.
They beat Georgia.
Was it Georgia?
I think
that's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I did notice how Mack Wilson didn't really have too strong of a game in that game, but Mack Wilson's still a pretty impact player if you ask me. I mean, that's just me. I think he can.
Oh hell yeah! Are you kidding me? He's one of the best inside linebackers coming into his draft class.
I agree. I even put him up there with Devin White. I mean, I think Devin White's definitely better, but I would put him at number 2. Honestly.
I feel like Mack Wilson can be better than Devin White. I definitely think
potentially. But I think we can definitely bring him in for the speed factor and for the covering factor.
Exactly.
Seriously. Now, I heard Shazier definitely wants to play again, and I would love to see that, but let's say, unfortunately, he can't play again. Mack Wilson fits in perfectly.
Exactly.
That's just me.
Now, with the 36th overall pick, the pick that we traded Antonio Brown for, the Niners second-round pick,
right.
We select Amani Oruwariye, cornerback out of Penn State.
Yeah, like we put in the most recent mock, the Jets mock, him and Tom Bradley, who are both from Penn State, could be a very nice mixture together and could just spell greatness for Amani Oruwariye in the black and gold. And you have someone who is who could definitely start day one and be opposite of Joe Hayden immediately. And it's an immediate upgrade from Cody Sensabaugh and Artie Burns, if you ask me.
Artie bust.
Yeah, that's a good one. Artie bust.
Amani Oruwariye, he has all the talent in the world to be a shutdown corner, a lockdown corner.
He's got some physicality to him. He's got speed. He's got tackling ability. He's got ball hawk ability. He got incredible ball skills, great awareness. He's got nice height to him. He's got all the tools to be the next great, or hopefully the next great Steelers defensive back or cornerback.
Easily, a guy that can fill the void at cornerback and definitely help this defense. Yeah. Definitely cause some turnovers.
Yes, and the first 2 picks would obviously focus on the 2 main needs, cornerback and inside linebacker.
Exactly, and I think it would be perfect.
Seriously. If Mack Wilson's there at 20, which I think he will be, I think it's a no-brainer. It really all depends on who's on the board, but if Mack Wilson's still there, I think that's a no-brainer, honestly.
There was a 36th pick, why not get him on the Oruwariye?
Yeah, who I think has the potential to be a first-rounder. He has first-round talent, in my opinion.
He definitely does.
This guy's incredibly underrated when it comes to the cornerback position.
Mm-hmm.
I think this guy can step in day one, team up with Tom Bradley very nicely, be a nice mixture, and could be a great cornerback opposite Joe Hayden, of course.
Without a doubt.
With the 52nd overall pick, our original second-round pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Hakeem Butler, wide receiver out of Iowa State. Man, this is a guy I'm incredibly a fan of. This guy is 6'6", 225.
This guy's a pretty fucking big receiver.
This guy has measurables that you wish from a wide receiver, that you haven't seen, or that you rarely see from a wide receiver. This guy's incredible. Not only that, man, he's actually got speed to him for his height. He's got incredible hands, decent route running ability. His yards after catch is incredible, which is something that this team, thrives at. With Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, his yards after catch is incredible. Mm-hmm. So you pair him up with Juju Smith-Schuster, I think that's a nice mixture.
Absolutely.
I think that's a nice fucking duo right there. And you have James Washington in the slot. That's very nice if you ask me. Hakeem Butler, man. And Ben loves them tall receivers. So I think he'll be targeting Hakeem Butler very often. And he has the potential to be a great number 2 in this league, honestly. And not only that, man, when Rudolph steps in, he'll be a great number 2, number 1 guy for Rudolph as well. And plus, he has his main man, his AB, and James Washington in the slot. So I think Mason Rudolph would just be set, honestly, if you ask me.
Exactly. So when I grew for the future of the wide receiver position, you have a young wide receiver core.
That is incredibly young. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, who just turned 22. Hakeem Butler, who I think is, 21, 22? And James Washington, who's just coming off his first year. Who definitely
that is a
young-ass,
talented wide receiver core. Like, holy shit.
That's very nice. And like I said, Hakeem Butler is 6'6", 225. That guy has incredible measurables that you just wish in a wide receiver,
It's insane.
Man. It's incredible.
Insane.
That's not the only thing that he has, man. The way he plays on the field, his yards after catch, his hands, his route running ability, he can definitely get up and get those 50-50 balls. He's an incredible mismatch to anybody that you put on him. Seriously.
Exactly.
Like, can you imagine a 5'11" cornerback against a 6'6" wide receiver? Who's going to win that battle? This guy has hops to him as well.
It does depend who the corner is, but my God.
Oh, yes.
The size differential is insane.
It's an immediate, incredible, and honestly unfair mismatch.
It is.
It's a fun thought to think about, seriously.
It is. Now with the 83rd overall pick, our 3rd round pick, we select Sutton Smith, outside linebacker out of Northern Illinois.
Yeah, Bud Peach gotta go. Either we resign from the 5th-year option or we just negotiate. Either way, we can't pay him a heavy price. Now, do I see the Steelers keeping him for next year? Yes, I do. I am incredibly high on Ola Adaney. I think he can definitely step in, possibly even rotate with Dupree, or possibly even take his job. He had an incredible preseason last year. I can definitely see him coming in the 2nd year, having a strong camp, a strong preseason, possibly even take over Dupree's job. I would love that, man. He would definitely go the James Harrison route.
Yeah, he would. The way James Harrison replaced Joey Porter.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that they wear the same numbers. They're going the same route. They went undrafted. They were swapped between teams. They're strong players, good special teams guys, so... but Sutton Smith, honestly, this would just be kind of an insurance pick, honestly. But someone that could definitely take Bud Dupree's job, honestly, if Ola Adaney unfortunately doesn't cut out. Either way, Ola Adaney could definitely still be a great backup or a good special teams guy. Sutton Smith is a hell of a fucking pass rusher and someone that can definitely immediately take Bud Dupree's job and be an immediate upgrade from Bud Dupree.
Without a doubt. Easily. The guy's got all the potential in the world to be a hell of a pass rusher for us. Him and TJ Watt would be a dynamic duo.
Yes, and not only that, man, his yards, his tackles for loss is incredible. He's very good at stopping the run as well. He can definitely get to the quarterback. He's a very aggressive, strong, fast, and a savage off the edge that you rarely see from outside linebackers, honestly, and that you rarely see from Bud Dupree, in my opinion.
He got more consistency. That's basically what Bud Dupree doesn't have, consistency, and we all know that.
Right, of course. And like you said, you pair him up with T.J. Watt, who is already at Pro Bowl level, and you have 2 very young, fast, physical, strong, intelligent, and hungry outside linebackers, man.
Exactly.
Seriously, Sutton Smith in the 3rd round. I think not only would it apply depth at outside linebacker position, well, if you want, you can put him at defensive end because he can play DN too. But I think we definitely have to start thinking about a potential solution at outside linebacker because Bud Dupree ain't that. Bud Dupree is...
Which is sad because Dupree's got all the potential in the world.
Yeah.
And yet again, another first-rounder that doesn't work out at all. So why not replace him with a guy like Sutton Smith?
Yeah, seriously. So, yeah. And as you guys can tell by the title, this is a 4-round mock. The Pittsburgh Steelers select with the 4th round pick Alexander Madison, running back out of Boise State. This guy actually reminds me a little bit of Jay Ajayi, honestly. And the crazy thing is that Jay Ajayi did come from Boise State, I believe. So you can definitely see a little bit of a connection there, a little bit of a similarity there. But not only that,
I have to agree with you. He does remind me a lot of Jay Ajayi.
Yeah.
His run style ability, his jukes are fantastic.
Yeah.
He ain't the fastest guy, but he's the toughest guy to take down.
Yes, he is, and he's a guy that can definitely be a nice goal goal line back or a third down back, honestly. Someone that can get you those chunk yardage.
And be another weapon for this running back set.
Yes, and definitely could have some sort of productive role in this offense completely.
Absolutely.
I think we definitely have to utilize rushing game more and getting someone like Alexander Madison to be the possible third down back or use him in some type of role in this offense. And just use the rushing game completely. And this guy will also be the third running back on the depth chart, of course. So not only would that be the reason why we pick him, but he could definitely still have a productive role in this offense. Similar to what we could have done with Terrell Watson before we got rid of him. But I think this guy can be a much better Terrell Watson, more productive Terrell Watson.
I'd say
in my
so.
opinion. So, anyway, guys, that's the 4-round mock. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. We'll be back with another mock soon, man. So definitely look forward to that. So, see you then, man.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.
Peace!